Hello, my name is not KarQ. Matter of fact, my name is Redescent, so let's not use KarQ's signature music. I'm a GM / top 500 ball main, and let's get to our matchups. Keep the mid-range against D.Va because she will win every 1v1 if you are in the effective range of her shotguns. Also, the Steamroller Miner perk works not only against the mech, but the baby D.Va as well. Pair up the boop with the pile drive and you can easily one-shot her. Be careful with using grapple near Doomfist because he can easily cancel it with a punch or stop your momentum with a slam. Do not fight him in close spaces because it will be a total nightmare. Doomfist often charges his punch by tanking a mine with block, but if you manage to boop him in the process, he will be cooked. When playing against Hazard, be careful not to go into tight spaces because otherwise you will be caught by his wall. Also try to avoid rolling into him because his slash also stops your momentum completely. You can use Junker Queen's knife pull to boost your momentum and roll away. And if you press jump right before hitting Junker Queen, you can jump over her and avoid the axe damage. When Junker Queen uses shout to rush at your team, boop her away and pile drive to hold her and give your team time to kite back. Hold your minefield against Mauga and keep it to counter his cage. You will never outdamage Mauga inside his ult, especially if he uses cardiac overdrive, so instead, ult the cage, shoot the barrier and run. If Arisa wants to throw you off the map, your best bet to survive is grapple and retract. Do not pile drive bank because she can still spin you out or spear you out. There's generally not much you can do about her, so better just trade backlines and on your way out, boop Arisa into your team and maybe that will be enough to kill her. Vortex can be a problem to your movement unless you are just not going main. Ramatra can easily clear out your minefield with his Nemesis form, however he will be in a lot of trouble if he is separated from his backline with the minefield, because then he would be forced to face both your team and the minefield, so solo ulting him is a valid option. Reinhardt is one of the best matchups for Bull. You can play an entire game without taking a single damage from Reinhardt. You can both assault his backline and boop him further into your team. Also cutting him off from his team with the minefield is absolutely worth it unless they have life viewer. Bait Roadhog's hook before going in. If your teammate is getting hooked, you can boop Roadhog to misplace his crosshair and also share shields with your teammate to help them survive. If he solo ults you, use your grapple retract to ignore the knockback and go behind cover. Make sure to shoot Sigma's shield before going in with your ultimate. If he has a full shield, he has a chance to survive the minefield, but if the shield isn't full, Sigma is in a lot of trouble. When Winston jumps on your team, you should just counter dive his team, but if that is not possible, boop him into your team out of his bubble. It will be especially helpful if you have Ana or Cass on your team who can stun him. You can also boop him away before he jumps in, or pile drive to stop his jump. To clear off enemy Wrecking Ball's minefield, you can either slam them or roll through them while they are still being activated. Also catching Wrecking Ball on his way out of your team with a pile drive is a good idea since he loses Fireball immediately. Zarya's bubbles are a big issue for Wrecking Ball. They can tank mines, they can block shields line of sight, and of course, charge Zarya and make a raid boss out of her. Do not pile drive her if she has bubbles. Wait out her cooldowns, and once she uses them, you can boop her into your team and lock her in the air with your slam. 90% of the time, you just want to look for isolated 1v1s with your teammates, somewhere where Zarya cannot bubble them. The easiest way to kill Ashe is to sneak up to her without any abilities and land some crits while she's scoped. If you fly to her from main, you set yourself up for failure because she can just coach gun away. If you are rolling into her while she's on the ground, be patient and hold on to your grapple because she will try to create some distance. If you are going up against Bastion, wait out or bait out his turret form first, then he should be an easy target if you boop him into an isolated space, slam him, use your shields and cover. Hold your distance with Cassidy because otherwise he can spam the living hell out of his damage with the Fanned Hammer. Flank him from behind, boop him to make him use roll, retract all the way to the sky to make it harder for him to land his flashbang, shoot mid-air, pile drive on top of him and finish him off with guns. Same applies for your minefield engage. You want to have enough vertical distance before using minefield plus pile drive, otherwise he can easily counter you with a flashbang. You can either set up on the high ground beforehand, retract to a higher point, or engage fast from an unexpected angle. After Echo uses her flight and she's gliding in the air, she can become an easy target if you shoot her mid-air and slam her when she hits the ground. Try to track her ultimate and when you think she has it, force an early 1v1 away from point to force your ultimate and roll away once she uses it, not to let her gain all charge and waste the majority of her duplication just rotating to the objective. Freya is a very difficult matchup for Ball. She has a truck ton of damage and a lot of mobility, both vertical and horizontal, which makes it difficult to track her movement. Most of the time it is not worth it to try to boop her or pile drive her because she can easily dodge that, unless you are sneaky about it. Your best bet against Freya is setting up on an unexpected angle. Other times just try to avoid her. Genji is a pretty fragile target for Ball. Just shoot him, force his deflect, and while he's deflecting, you can both pile drive him and boop him for extra damage. Also, if Genji is diving your teammate, roll towards them, boop Genji away and double tap your shields to share them with your teammate and potentially save their life. The same is applicable when Genji is ulting. Hanzo is weak at close range, so just get close to him, boop, pile drive, shoot, you know how it goes, and he's dead. If there's a Junkrat on the enemy team, always pay attention to the ground because you don't want to get caught in a trap. Usually he will put a trap somewhere near the entrance of a closed room with a health pack that he's defending, so those spaces you usually want to be careful of and avoid as much as possible. When Junkrat is ulting, abuse your ability to get close to him and kill him, though get ready to use your shields to tank the ultimate just in case. Mei is not a problem as long as you keep your distance. If she has a freeze perk, switch to ball form to avoid headshot damage. If she walls you off in an open space, you can use grapple retract to get over the wall. It is very fun to use grapple to fly in the sky and fight for the airspace with the enemy Pharah. Not always effective, but fun for sure. Track her ultimate because if she has it, you don't want to slam in her proximity because it will make you an easy target for a solo barrage. When you see Reaper, turn around. Make Sojourn use her slide first and only then pile drive her. Pay attention whether she has a double slide perk because if she does, you would have to wait for her slides twice before pile driving. Generally, don't stay out in the open for too long against Sojourn because you will only charge her railgun. Instead, flank her and use the power of the third person peek. Soldier is only worth targeting if he's out in the open because if he has wall structures to run around, you'll waste a lot of your time. If he sets a biotic field, it is better to disengage without using your shields, wait out his field and re-engage after, or you can just boop him out of it. Don't be afraid of Sombra. 99% of Sombra players you will see in your games are pissed off Widows / Hanzo / Cassidy players who have no idea how to play Sombra other than hack Wrecking Ball 24/7. As long as you are aware of your approximate position on the map and you don't rush into that space like an idiot, you will be fine. Use high grounds as much as possible. Don't slam unless you are sure Sombra can't hack you because she's dead or is not close. If you have to pile drive, you can quickly gain height by retracting midway, switch to crab mode, shoot her midair to disrupt the hack, and pile drive. Generally, always be ready to turn to Sombra and swipe shoot her just to disrupt the hack. Also, an easy way to kill Sombra is by spy checking her, booping her, body blocking the health pack, even if she hacked it, and shooting her down. The longer the duel with Symmetry is happening, the less chances you have. So try to kill her fast, and if you can't, just roll away. Also be sure to abuse your mobility to clear out the turrets for your team. The same applies to Torbjorn's turret. He can also be an easy target if you bait out his overload first. Otherwise, don't mess with him because armor makes it very difficult to kill him and he deals a lot of damage up close. Don't waste your abilities against Tracer, it's not worth it. It is worth it though to just shoot her between fights to force her out. If you make her use recall, you can chase her, but if she breaks your ankle still, don't waste your time. Also track her ultimate because if you find yourself in a Tracer 1v1 and you get to half HP, she will just plant the bomb on your furry face and you're gone. So get ready to roll away ASAP. Avoid pile driving Venture's team, otherwise you will find yourself drilled deep into the enemy territory. Also don't use pile drive when Venture has burrow because you will just waste your cooldown. The same applies to your ultimate. Also Venture's ultimate counters your ultimate, and generally just wait out the burrow and Venture is an easy target. Hold your distance though because this melee perk enhances Venture's survivability a lot. Widowmakers are usually set up far away on a high ground and it is easier to kill her if she doesn't have her grappling hook. So to increase the chances of killing her, sneak your way up close to her, use grapple retract to save your cooldown, and chase her with grapple if she hooks away. Controversial tip, even if she has a pocket support, I would suggest you focus her 24/7 to not give her any free time to shoot down your team. Because as long as you force her to dance around your bullets, she won't have time to click heads on your team. Against Ana, take an off angle, and if she's scoped, don't roll in or pile drive. Just shoot crits while you can, then when she turns around to put you to sleep, switch to ball form and strafe. Then she will become an easy target to finish. If you are starting from a high ground, you can deal even more burst damage by finishing off with a pile drive. Additionally, if you are going for a slam on Ana, you can roll under her to avoid sleep dart. Against Baptiste, you have to be more careful investing your grapples and pile drives because he can easily dodge both of them with exo boots. It's better to close out the distance and shoot. Will be even easier to track him if he's panic jumping. And also time your pile drives to him landing on the ground. Don't forget that you can boop away anyone within the immortality field, and also minefield denies the enemy team from using the matrix. Generally, you want to avoid Brig, not to give her free inspire. You want to avoid going straight into Brig's face because she can counter your movement with the whip, the shield bash, and she can also shield your pile drive. You have to flank her to make your engage less predictable. If she's looking at you during the poking phase, get ready to dodge her whip. And be really careful with your minefield usage against a break comp because mines actually proc inspire, which means free AoE heals for the enemy team. Try to focus your shield so that she can't bash away after minefield plus pile drive. Being one of the most mobile characters in the game, you have to be the one to destroy the pylon on ball. Also, do not roll straight into Illari from main because she will just shift away by pushing you away as well. Focus her down once she uses her shift and she becomes an easy target. Do not invest your roll and slam into Juno early because her entire mobility kit will help her dodge that. Just shoot her instead, force her to use cooldowns, and she's an easy target. Also, it is a good idea to deny map space with a minefield to counter the ray push. Additionally, even if Juno is far away, you can shoot her to prevent self-healing from your shields since this is the only regen ability that she has. Similarly to Juno's ultimate, blocking Kitsune Rush with minefield is a good idea. As for the matchup, don't use pile drive unless she uses Suzu, don't switch her target, and follow Kiri if she uses TP. Pay attention what direction she's facing when using teleport. If she wall crawls, instead of going full fireball mode, just use your grapple retract to save your cooldown. Don't invest your fireball on Life Viewer because you will need your grapple to retract onto his platform. A good Life Viewer will also dash away from the platform or cancel the platform when you're going for a slam on it, so don't do that. Just follow him around and shoot, and you can be more aggressive with your cooldowns when he uses his dash at the platform. Also, it is not really worth it to use minefield on a tree because there won't be enough damage to destroy it. Generally, you want to focus Life Viewer 24/7 because he will give you some counterplay S plus 4k Pro Max if you try to kill anyone else. Lucio, in my opinion, is one of the best wreckable counters with his short cooldown boop, making it very difficult to approach any target. But if you just close out the distance without using any cooldowns, he will eventually boop you and then you can go all in with your abilities. Third-person camera is a really great tool that will help you make Mercy think you aren't going to disrupt her res. If you want to disrupt the res, you have to go for the boop and not pile drive, because there won't be enough height to cancel the res. When Mercy is pocketing someone, you can stand in between them, shoot Mercy, and when she shifts to her teammate, you can land an easy pile drive on her. If Mercy takes cover in a room, you're probably fat enough to body block her way out when she's trying to dash to her teammate. Follow up on Moira whenever she uses Fade, but if the fight takes too long, don't bother and let her go because she gains ult charge, takes out the tank out of the game, and tons of self-heal combined with strafes make it difficult to kill her fast. Also, don't try to counter her ult with your ult since she usually has no problem dodging it and clearing it. You want to be as close as possible to Wu Yang during a duel because his damage scales with range. Obviously, don't use grapple and pile drive on him when he has shift. Also, you want to avoid going from main because his wave stops your momentum. But if you have to, hold on to your grapple so you can reproc Fireball and follow him after. If it is early enough and an enemy in the Wu Yang's ult is closing the distance between your team, you can roll through the ulted enemy to give your teammates more time to run. Killing Zenyatta's ball is like dunking on a baby, so honestly there is not much to say about this matchup. He's usually your priority number one. If you know that Zen has ultimate, diffusing Transcendence with the minefield is worth it, so go for it. This is it for today's video, hope you guys enjoyed it. Support this video with a like and a comment, and consider joining my YouTube membership for extra perks like early video access and recordings of my coaching sessions. Join my Discord with the link down below to find information on my coaching, and also huge thanks to my YouTube members. I will see you in the next one. Peace. Let's go. Oh my god. my god.